quiet.
You see how this works, right?
That's a funny thing.
Bit of jousting.
Good evening and welcome to the Joust. My name is Naggy. I'm joined once again by my co-host, Mr. Irish Rogue himself, Liam McNeil.
Good evening, Naggy. Good evening, boys in the room. Good evening, Knights fans. Good evening to just bloody everyone. What a great time it is to be alive, Naggy.
Fantastic time to be a Knights
couldn't
fan.
be better.
And now, Liam, it was only mere days ago that we needed to do the census. Now,
We had to do the census. I didn't know it was compulsory.
I did think to do I send you a message and say just letting you know about the census?
No, I have a wife. She takes care of these
She does the
things.
things. I was just making sure because I know sometimes you might forget.
I would have forgotten. Absolutely. What's the fine if you don't fill in the census?
Look, it's hard to determine because they send it to the household, not the person.
Oh, yeah.
So if you were to receive a fine, you've done pretty well by not completing it.
You live alone.
You live alone, but they don't know you live there because you haven't done the census.
Well, that's it. I assume that the people who do the census are like, there's no single males in this country.
There's an invisible-
Because they all forgot.
the invisible man has not done the census.
Not a single man between 18 and 35 in this whole country.
When you do it now you've got a very sort of eclectic sort of mix of ethnicity, being very
They
Canadian.
got a few things going on.
Very Canadian and also very Irish. And they have a drop-down box of where your parents were
You
born.
had to tick a few.
So
You had to tick a few of them.
your mother's born in Canada,
Yes.
famously. And then...
Her father, born in Ireland. Her mother, third generation Canadian from Ireland.
Right.
Dad's side's easy. It's Australia as far back as you can tell.
Australia.
Yeah.
But then then they have like the thing of what's your ethnic background. Now, do you go Canadian or do you go Irish?
Well, the Canadian's not on there because it's not an ethnicity. It's a nationality. You see.
right,
So I was
right,
put on
right.
Irish descent.
Yeah.
Something, I don't know.
I would have thought Irish is also a nationality.
Wait, maybe. Oh, wait, that's on there. Yeah, I don't know. Again, Brittany filled all of it out.
She just did it all. That's
I
why.
had very, very little to do
So
with
you
the
could be
census.
like a devout of a religion that you're not. Like,
Yeah.
Exactly. No, she did call me into the room to check on a few things, and that was one of them. She
You
said-
Lutheran. That's what he said.
I said, yes, I've been hiding it from you for so long, darling. I am a Lutheran. I'm so
That's
sorry.
where I go on a Sunday morning.
And what do you tick for? Because obviously we both grew up Catholic,
Catholic
good
boys.
Catholic boys.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
would say we're no longer good Catholic
I
boys.
can't say the last time I've been to a Catholic church for a place of worship, so I click none sans religion.
Yeah, same, yeah.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
culturally Catholic because we grew up in it, but
We're,
not
we're
a
still
religion, not religion
we're
boys.
embedded by, we're feared
Yeah.
by the of
The
course,
shame runs through us.
the guilt,
The guilt and the
The
shame.
Catholic guilt still runs through our veins,
Yeah.
and several things run through our veins there, much like our love for the greatest pub in
Recreational
Newcastle,
drugs.
being the George Derby Hotel.
Wonderful
Of
venue,
course, the George Derby, it runs through our veins, much like it runs through the vein of Newcastle.
And we drank
because
them dry of all their mullet pale ale just 2 weeks ago, didn't we, boys?
They had to say, sorry guys, some boys came in here earlier and drank us dry. We had 3 kegs, we now have none because they're down in the bellies of the boys that have just been.
And I tell you, no one keeps cleaner beer lines in this country than Stu over at the George Derby Hotel.
Loves it.
Immaculate.
Clean beer, clean beer line, so clean that the beer no longer runs because we drank it all, and it was delicious, and we wouldn't have it any other way. Speaking of delicious, Liam, of course, I've introduced our musical guest this week. Of course, he has just finished his tour of the Bolton Point Housing Commission. It gives me a great pleasure to welcome Mr. Telstra Paythoni.
Oh, put your hands on my heart, on the exit to my bowl, my anus, oh, big red's gotta find a new club, can't roll up no more. Where's his hand gone? Where's his hand gone? Where's his hand gone? Where's his hand gone?
Hey, Mr. Paythoni. Of course, where
We should
did
probably go off the top, Naggy. Where did
his hand go? That's the thing about your placement of your hands. You have full control over them.
You do, absolutely.
Yeah.
Sometimes you might feel like you got a phantom limb, but it's still your arm and you're
That's
still
right.
in control.
That's right.
Did you ever, Naggy, in all your years playing footy, cop a straight digit up the date?
No, I may have sent a few, though, that way. Now, that was
Hey, I
pure-
don't want to talk about post-game activities, all right?
That's
I'm talking
purely-
in-game, within the confines of the rugby league field.
Now, when you're not a very talented player and you're doing lots of grabbing, swinging the arms around, sometimes you find your fingers in some places.
Well, I remember, a Wanderers legend who will remain nameless said that the key to being a good lifter in a line-out is to literally put your thumb up the arse of the man you're lifting. Is
Thumb
that
of the
correct,
bum.
Naggy? Thumb on
Well,
the bum.
when you're doing the lifting, you see, you want to make sure that the base of your head
You got to have a strong base.
is up there. So if you go in like this and it's a bit of an L shape, then the only place that your hands can go is down, and then you drop the person that you're lifting.
Yeah.
They do not want to be dropped from that height.
No, it's funny that.
But if you've got the thumbs up the horseborough, if you will, and you keep them there, that's a solid base.
It's a good solid base, yeah.
Yeah, of course, that was Mr. Luke.
Oh, yes, of course. Wonder is great. Absolute Wonder is great. So,
Mr. Gibson, yeah,
because
yeah.
what we need to discuss as well, Naggy, obviously, we love discussing the spirit of the game.
Spirit of the game.
Now, would you say, Naggy, is fingering a man's bottom on a football field, is that within the spirit of the game? I'm going to go with a hard no.
Context, I think it needs to be important.
Context important, yeah.
Context is
Perspective's
important.
important.
Now, of course, this person...
Yeah, look, again, Anthony Seibold, he had it right. There's young men dying in the Eastern Europe.
Yeah.
Finger up the date.
Finger of the
you
day.
know.
How bad is it?
It's not a big deal.
Some people ask for
Thank
that.
God
Some
for
people-
Anthony Seibold.
Some people pay for it. But in this case, we had a very own Dane
He's getting
guy.
paid for it.
Yeah, paying for it. Yeah, both men were being paid. Professional date plucker. So right now, it was
This went off the rails really quickly.
really quickly. Yeah, we were monetised for a matter of minutes.
Oh, that 350 is not going to go. It's not creeping up.
But of course, when we looked at the game against the Canberra Raiders, and of course, Liam, we did hope that our viewers would join us again after a win against the Raiders, and that's what the team provided.
They did. It was very kind of the team to provide that for us.
And that's what we were here to celebrate. But there was a key moment. Now, we'll tackle that just after the stats.
Yes.
Just after the stats, Liam. Of course, there was the entire town of Canberra came to watch this game.
All 8,507 of them.
That's all of them. That's absolutely all of them. Most of the public servants as well.
I will say I've played footy in Canberra at this time of year, albeit without the rain. It's fucked. I wouldn't have gone to the game either.
Cold.
Absolutely would not have gone to the game.
The drizzle. Now, good.
Ground conditions, slippery weather, light rain. The NRL digital media team really
Stepped
were
up.
working hard this week.
They said, hang on. They said, hang on a second. We know we know this for Canberra at this time of year is fine, and the
The
ground
ground
conditions
conditions are good, but
would
that
be good.
won't do.
But no,
They didn't want to rest on their laurels, you said.
No, they
You know,
can't.
They've
You
been
know,
putting
no.
out masterpiece after masterpiece. Ground conditions, good weather, fine. Changing it up this week, and I like that. I think it's a brave decision by the NRL digital media team to go from the status quo.
Yeah, no, you have to step out.
You have to step out
They're-
every
of
once in a
course,
while.
they're going out of from the East Coast to down there in Canberra. It's a place. It's a manufactured town. It's out there in the middle of nowhere.
It's a made up place.
Yeah, everything. There's a grid. There's a grid there.
See,
for
that makes sense. A lot of roundabouts.
a lot of roundabouts.
Yeah.
It was very popular at the time. They were making roundabouts and they were making the town. They said, "Hang on a second, these two things can go
They
together."
can go together.
Yeah, how many do we need? 96. Throw them in. So it was a game that Canberra needed to win to keep their finals hopes alive. Remembering last week we did beat the major premiers, and this week we're coming up against the minor premiers of 2025.
You could not make that up. The team that came last has now beaten the team that came first both times last year.
times.
There's two opportunities for a team to finish first in every rugby league season. We've just beaten both of them. Go Knights, yes.
And we got off to one of the best starts that we could hope for with very own Fletcher Sharp, who is just making a bit of a game of
He's so
scoring
sick.
first.
I love Fletcher Sharp.
Coming off a great pass and a great break from Frisco himself, and making it look easy. And then we followed it up with a 10-minute try to Dominic Young.
Who was just going off his tits, wasn't he? Good
He
call.
was. He was. I like how Dominic Young as well as Greg the Bus have trading games, which they are just dominating. They say, "Oh,
Isn't it crazy? Yeah, you've got one, you're guaranteed as a Knights fan to have one winger absolutely turn it on, and oftentimes both.
sometimes
But,
both."
Yeah, it's good to have the option that if one winger has a bit of a quiet game,
Yeah.
the other one's going to score 7 tries and run for 400 meters.
One says, "Is this your week?" And they go, "No,
Nah.
you take it. You
You
take
have
it.
it."
You have it."
I did see there was a very, very adorable video of Greg Buss and Dom Young having a coffee together
That's nice.
somewhere. I think
But
it was from Brisbane from last week, but it was really sweet. It was
Dom Young having a tall and
Yeah.
Greg Voss having a short
Yeah,
back.
exactly. It's perfect.
So it works out exactly because that's also their heights. But it was after a 12-point lead, and I think Newcastle fans were getting quite excited, saying, "Hang on a second, we might be
have this here.
We might be in for another flogging, another 24-point flogging."
But it wasn't to be, Naggy. There was a miniature comeback.
There was a miniature comeback, despite what the stats will say, where there was 10 line breaks to 3, and there was indeed 10 of the line breaks to the Newcastle Knights, 3 of them to the Canberra Raiders. But there was a bit of a swing of momentum where it does look like we had the Canberra Raiders on the ropes. The ball goes wide, but the son of the coach, I believe, is Jed
No,
Stewart.
that's Chevy Stewart, isn't it?
That's the other one, is it?
That's Jed's his son.
Jed's his son or
Jed's
Chevy's
his
his
son.
son? So Jed's the son
There's
of the
two
coach.
Stewarts, and they're spelt Stewart different ways. I don't know
it's
which
too
one this
confusing.
is. But the big
I can't
and tall-
remember every Stewart in the world. Am I
No.
expected to remember all of them?
No, especially not
thank
from
you.
Canberra. But he plucks it out of the air and he runs the length, basically the length of the field. Greg the Bus.
Yeah, he did that. I believe that is the 20-metre line there. So he ran 80 metres.
80
if
metres.
My maths is correct.
But he probably had to gain a few more metres because Greg the Bus was coming across in cover tackle. But then
yeah,
he steps in-
I was really impressed by Greg chasing back, but then very unimpressed by the move Greg pulled to fall on his bum.
Bull, big slip, and that's
He got-
and I
he
tell you
got
what,
the-
bus, rolled
he
the
got
bus.
stepped right out of his boots. I'm sorry, Greg, but it was fucking hilarious.
buses can't make turns like
Oh, they
that.
can't, yeah.
As well as that's when the NRL media team looked at it and they said that ground looks slippery.
Just imagine being a bus driver in Canberra, all those roundabouts. I've never seen a bus successfully go on a roundabout. They
No,
always
you-
go over it.
No, they go wide. They go. Yeah, it's
yeah,
not
they
made
go
for them.
narrow. No, it's not.
But yeah, and also the bus drivers in Canberra never really hit us straight. Yeah, they're always turning, always turning.
And then, of course, the next part of the Canberra comeback was Simi Sasungi, who in the last year and a half has turned into one of the best edge players in rugby league somehow.
Playing back row, playing centre doesn't matter. Where do we
Goes to Christmas past.
Big goes to Christmas past, and it did seem like when we were looking at it, where was this when he had a Knights jersey on? But then when we looked at the Canberra Raiders side, we're like, hang on a second, all of these players used to have a Newcastle
There's a
Knights
full
jersey
half
on.
dozen, they said. A full half dozen goes
Yeah,
to Christmas
yeah.
past in the Canberra Raiders squad.
Which hurt a lot, coming from, of course, not only the likes of Sims Sasagi, but then Hoskins as well.
Zach Hosking,
Zach
Simi
Hosking.
Sasungi, Zach Hosking, Joseph
Getting a-
Tarpanay, Tom Starling.
Getting a try.
Hudson Young, I think we count because he's from the region. And a sixth one who I can't remember.
Quite a few of them.
Yeah,
Quite a few of
plenty
them
of
are all there. But Liam, it's very important now that we introduce a brand new segment. Of course, this is our Buttons man, Mr. Josh, is going to work out what exactly happened in the segment we like to call that Bellico on the bottom.
Apologies for those in the audio medium. This is not going to make any sense at all. So
No, I think that was
That's
a
right.
wonderful experience for everyone
pop your
involved.
YouTube open, boys.
Bellico, what have you found?
All right, we got to the bottom of it. That's what we got.
Get to the bottom.
This year, Frisco, our big man Frisco, Manu Leilua, is it?
No.
Manu Leileua is the other one that we've been hearing a lot.
We
and
have?
we've used both on the show. We have used both. But after the videos that we put out last week got a bit of attention, I thought, you know what, I think we've picked the right pronunciation.
Let's do our due diligence, you said. We'll
No,
do our
At
due
first, I was
diligence.
confident. I was confident because there were naysayers in the comments.
Oh, there's always going to be naysayers.
There's always
We
going to be
address the
naysayers.
naysayers.
But ultimately, I started seeing some Manu Leileuas or some Manu Leilewas in the comments section. So I messaged one of them. I messaged Rosie, who is, I believe, Frisco's sister.
Yeah, yeah.
And she basically gave us the pronunciation. She said the family is not all that bothered by the different pronunciations.
That's
Yes,
nice.
of course.
But yes, Manu Leilewa.
Manu
is
Lele,
from now
there
on.
we go. We were close.
If you're struggling,
We're
she
close.
said that they don't really mind. They find it funny that a lot of other people seem fussed about it.
That's good. That's good.
It's like the Adam Dewey thing. Remember when Adam Dewey was like, "Oh, I'm Adam Dewey," and they're like, "Oh no, it's Dewey." He's like, "I don't care. Shut up."
Dewey.
Dewey.
Yeah, I don't think they're fussed, and with Frisco as a nice option there.
Yeah.
But,
I think that-
Now we all
hasn't
know.
he been switched to Frankie now amongst the
I've been hearing
teammates?
Frank the Tank, but I'm
Frank
not a
the
fan.
Tank?
No, I don't know.
It's a bit derivative.
I prefer the Frisk.
Yeah.
But of course.
So did Corey Horsburgh prefers the Frisk.
Yeah, he does, doesn't he
got
ever?
him. Got him.
in a key moment for the camp of V-Nice when it was...
That's it. The game was well and truly in the balance here.
Yeah, there was a bit of a stoush between two of the most fiery people in either club. Of course, because Tyson Responsible is no longer playing first grade.
Yeah,
He
which is
was
a
our
shame.
most fiery, so now it goes down to Dane Guy coming up against the Corey Holsborough, as we would say. And it was just a very, very peculiar tackle that he decided to make.
I don't think the tackle was peculiar. It's what he decided to do.
What did he do
in
with the
tackle.
hand? Where are those fingers going?
But when it happened, I was fuming at Dane Gagai. You cannot give away a penalty when you have the ball in your hand 10, 15, 20 metres out.
On zero
from your
tackle.
try line, on zero tackle. I was
2
like,
points
oh,
up.
Gags, what are you doing,
What are you
Gags?
doing?
Oh, no.
Do less, Gags.
And then the bunker, astute as they always are. I love the bunker. They've never got it wrong before.
got it
They said,
wrong.
hang on. We've seen some ill will.
Funny business.
Some funny business.
Yeah.
And I think Ricky Stewart really summed it up with a quote here that's just on the next page there. Now, it's interesting. Usually after a game where the team loses, they're like, oh, we're a team. Everyone lost the game. It was all 17. But
There was
Ricky
many
said-
moments he said, no, but it's-
Ricky, however, has said it wasn't everybody's fault. There were 16 other blokes out there that put on a massive effort. It was one shit bloody choice that cost us.
I wonder what that was. Shit bloody choice.
Yeah.
Shit bloody fingers after
was-
how far they went up, I tell you that.
It was a fucking brain explosion. I didn't know his fingers were that long. They made it all the way up to the brain.
Boom.
But it's so rare that you see a coach in a press conference literally say, no, it was his fault.
And that's why we like
I've
Ricky.
never seen that
We,
before.
Especially Ricky.
we like Ricky for
Ricky's
just...
known for defending his
Yeah.
boys. Like,
It is, but also we love Ricky for his transparency of his emotion. So when he's
Yeah.
pissed off, he's bloody pissed off, and he will say exactly why he's pissed off.
Ah, it's
and that's
wonderful.
what we got. And we were hoping for a fiery press conference, and Ricky looked like
We
he
got
did.
one.
When he goes into the press conference, he has to take out the nicotine gum.
You have to,
So
yeah.
he's just ready for an argument. And
do you think if he took his shirt off, his whole back just nicotine patches?
oh, absolutely, yeah. Everything that's covered, that's nicotine patch.
He's putting like snooze patches under his eyelids and shit.
I think Ricky,
Gets into the bloodstream quicker because the blood vessels on your eyelid are quite thin.
Yeah, they are.
Plus,
yeah,
I
yeah.
imagine it's really comfortable.
Very
Very comfortable. Yeah, it's the most comfortable way.
Nicotine, like how much closer to your brain can the nicotine be? It gets there so quickly.
I wonder if he was a fan of the illegal tobacco where you could get the
Snus.
the snus, and
Yeah.
like tucking down. How many you could get under the lip but above the lip? And
Yeah.
you look like he's wearing a mouth guard.
I
He was
knew
just-
some people who used to dip, as they call it, and they would always leave their dip bottles around. You're like, that's.
Oh,
fucking
the
gross.
spit from
Yeah.
the chewing tobacco.
Yeah. Yeah, I knew a few people who were on the chew. for a
In
bit.
America, there was a big thing with the baseball that they love chewing tobacco
well,
for
that's where
many
the
years.
Big league gum, chewing gum. Came
Yeah,
from,
and then there were so many baseballers that were getting mouth cancer. They said, "All right, there's no more chewing
That's
tobacco
enough,
allowed."
boys.
It was like 1925. They're like, "No more chewing tobacco, guys. Cigarettes only." And
course.
that was the swap.
Baby steps.
Baby said, "We're getting there, slowly. We can get cancer all around the body from cigarettes, but mouth cancer is purely chewing
We
tobacco."
can't be having mouth cancer. We cannot be having that.
No.
Baseball.
No, we can't. Liam, we can't look at the mouth. We must look at the hair for the mullet pale ale. Hats off for this week.
Hats up. Hats up. Hats up.
Better give you a staff.
Yum, yum, yum. Give me that stuff.
I can't get it
Feed
out.
me the stuff.
There's
There we
the
go,
stuff.
boys. Hats off for the week. Would you like to lead us in, Naggy?
Liam, so hats off for this week. Brought to you by Mullet Pale Ale.
Oh, yeah, I'll lead us in first because I picked this one. Oh, Frisco.
Isn't he become such
He's
a...
the best.
Has Frisco left our mouths since he's really made his... I guess
No.
his second attempt at the first grade side.
Yeah, well, I've been saying it since the trials. This kid's going to be something.
Feed me
Look at this.
Frisco.
2 try assists, 153 run meters, 53 post contact, 9 tackle busts, 2 line breaks, and a line break assist. What insane luxury the Knights have right now that we haven't had in a long time, where they've got that next man up mentality. It's like,
Yeah.
just put a jersey on, go out there, and just be sick at rugby league. And they're all doing it.
When we
They're
were-
all doing it. It's amazing.
When we're looking at the possible replacements
Hmm.
for Dylan Lucas, obviously Frisco was one of them
Mm-hmm.
because he had played a few games earlier in the season and played them well.
Yeah.
But we're looking at potentially Thomas Cant,
Brody Jones, perhaps.
Brody Jones, maybe
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
and all of these are very competent first graders.
And have always done a job when they've stepped up.
done a job.
None of them have done a job like Francis Manolelo has done this year.
Exactly. It seems like he just has taken this opportunity with both hands, both feet, and maybe a groin. And just said, look at me go. I can do everything. Because he's not only... If he was just breaking tackles...
That'd be great.
You'd go, that's fantastic.
Yeah.
So, but then all of a sudden now he's breaking tackles. He's offloading back.
He's setting up tries. He's throwing 25-meter cutout passes.
Huge passes.
Yeah.
If anything, if he keeps going at this rate, potentially, is he going to rival Nathan Cleary and Andrew Johns as potentially the best player we've ever seen?
Yes, absolutely. And I think this one also comes with not a caveat. It comes with an additional sort of group hats off for me, because I thought the Knights forward pack did such a good job. Like Canberra were clearly the bigger team, they were the more powerful team. With Ethan Sanders' long boot and their insane line speed, it really looked at a lot of points in the game that the Canberra forwards were going to absolutely go, steamroll over the Knights pack.
Yeah.
But I thought the Knights forwards really held their own.
Quite often we found ourselves pinned in our own 30 because
there was a half dozen sets where the Knights were like 20 metres out on the fourth tackle.
That's right.
It's crazy.
And we still managed to sort of kick ourselves out of trouble.
There were some lucky fourth tackle, 20-metre out penalties.
There were some lucky penalties at the time, but this is what happens when the game plays over 80 minutes. The ink is dry, and we got to look at it.
It's Ashley Klein, he's going to get some wrong.
Yeah, it was Ashley Klein refereeing.
He can't simply not get any wrong.
Ashley Klein also turned into a bit of like a year 11 sports teacher, where he was just said, "Hang on, boys, separate, just play it." There was for a while there was a bit of push and shove.
Because that's what we thought the penalty on Gags was. He yelled, "Play the ball 4 times."
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, well, that's the penalty there.
There it is.
Forgetting about the fingering.
Forget about the fingering. Forget about the high tackle that went before the fingering.
No, I forgot about the high tackle.
It's called the up and down. It's called the
tops and tails.
It's called the train wreck, where you got the high tackle and the low tackle. Up and down. They meet at the middle. Very, very long fingers.
Naggy, it's a family show, mate. Come on, family show.
Manson family.
But of course,
family show is sick.
Someone else that has to be mentioned after again. There's lots of people that could be mentioned in the hats off.
Many.
But a hats off is so commemorative,
prestigious.
Commemorative is that's when someone dies, isn't it? Yeah.
Yes,
You can commemorate anything.
You can commemorate someone while they're still alive.
It is prestigious
Yeah,
so
it's
much that we have to really find the two players
More so than the Dally M medal, perhaps.
Oh, way better. Yeah. And Dom Young, he's really quite good. Dom Young, scoring 2 tries, 1 try assist, running for over 200 meters, 9 tackle breaks, 5 line breaks.
Fully half of the Knights' 10 line breaks were all just Dom Young getting around Jed Stewart.
This was
amazing.
Jed Stewart had a great game, but
He did. By all metrics, he had a good game, but he just could not wrangle Dom.
But him and the guy on the inside, the centre, big squatty centre,
Matt Timoko.
I was about to call him Timoko, just could not read a Danga guy to Dom Young.
Yeah, Jed Stewart, he was sort of left out there just to dangle the poor kid.
Sometimes he went straight in on Gags, but the ball was already gone, and Dom Young was already halfway down the field.
Yeah, it kind of looked like Jed Stewart, Matt Timoko have never really played together on an edge.
Just met.
They just met. Same with Dylan Lucas and Katoni Staggs and
shook hands. Yeah.
Whoever it was in game 2.
Game 2, yeah,
never
exactly.
Met. They've gone out there and they said, "Hello, my name's Jed.
Yeah.
Who are you? You're Pat Timoko? No, I'm Matt. By the way, we're playing a game of footy in 5 minutes.
It's
lovely to meet you."
They said, "Oh, this is going to be great.
Yeah.
I can't see what can go wrong." And poor Timoko was just eaten up by the likes of KP, by the likes of Dom Young. Dom Young really soaked up the fruits of all the labour of everything inside him, but every inside him being inside of the line, it wasn't
gross. Sorry, man.
wasn't fruits inside of him.
Oh, right.
No, but you can take it wherever
Thank
you.
you.
You can take it wherever you like, Sam. Your proclivities here, please leave it outside of the show. But Dom Young, after there's been periods where Dom Young feels like he's gone quiet. Sometimes he makes mistakes. Sometimes,
but then you have Greg Busk step up and score 5 tries in 2 games.
We've gone itsy bitsy onesie twosie, and it does seem like this was just a Dom Young time to shine because every time he went over the line for his 2 tries, he was usually hit by Kyo Weeks on a good contact tackle, but he found a way to spin around, put it beside him, or
Dom McClock all over again.
or go over the top. Yeah, it was a bit of a Dom McClock.
McClock. We remember Dom McClock, of course, the old heads will remember. And, of course, I famously never said anything bad about Dom Young when he left.
loved
I've
him.
always loved him. I
Loved
never maybe went on a big rant. But
Man.
welcome back, Dom.
And also,
Where's my
man,
camera?
I've
Oh.
never said a bad thing about Brandy Alexander. Neither of us have said bad things about either of those two men.
No. I
but-
did offer an official apology as well.
Yeah, I'll never do
know?
that. I'll never do that for Brandy. But but it just did seem like no matter what, he could find the line at that time. And
Also, speaking of, there was a stat that since the start of season 2023, Dom Young is the leading try scorer
with 73
across
tries.
all NRL players. 73 tries in what, 3 seasons now?
2023, 24, 25, 4, 3 and 3.
Mathematician.
Yes. Yes. That's exactly what we are.
Give us time, God damn it!
The one, the two.
So yeah, 3 and almost a 4. Yeah, he scored 73 tries,
What a gift he is to the Newcastle Knights
that was
and the
quite good.
people
He's
of
really
the
quite
region.
and that's come from last year where he didn't score many at all.
No.
So even having a quiet season, he's still right up there with the best.
Amazing.
The best, so much of the best that he's actually leading the best, being the best himself. Liam, when we take our hats off, we must return to our head with a segment where the call hats back on.
Yeah, you put your hat on.
Now, Liam, you have an interesting one here.
Yeah,
for,
I have not put my hat back on because we're giving out a Schrodinger's hat Naggy this week. Of course, to jousters who are just saw my hat fall off. Schrodinger's hat, of course, is it's based on, of course, the famous Schrodinger's cat philosophy, where he does a lot good. Is he good? Is he bad? We don't know. And I think it speaks of what a joy it is to have Kalen Ponga in your team, where there's a try assist, 3 tackle busts, 3 line break assists, and yet makes 6 errors, including the intercept to Jed Stewart that sort of almost threatened to turn the game.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It just seemed like with 6 errors, so many. It just felt like KP couldn't get it together.
It was hard to-
and yet still he puts on a try assist.
scores himself. Yeah, our brother, our captain, our friend, our brother.
I would follow him anywhere.
That's right. And it does. It's hard to give, but at the same time, 6 errors is 6 errors.
Yeah.
And in a game that we only won by the 6 points, it is a lot. It's a lot.
But again, it's KP. He's going to go back to being top 5 player in the league next week.
My hat's back on.
Well, this week.
Is
What day
again
is it?
not a particularly favourite one to give. It does make me feel good about giving it. As to
No.
Dane Gagai. Now,
I thought it was Brody Jones.
huh? No. Well, there was also Brody Jones.
Oh, of
Hamstring.
course, yeah.
It might be the last time we see Brody Jones play a nice jersey. He did his hamstring. He's not contracted for next year. That sucks to see. But for me, Dane Gagai, look. He did a lot of good.
He did a lot of good, yeah.
Scoring the try, which he got tackled. He passed the ball. He ran to the other side of the field and scored the try.
That was particularly impressive, I think, from a 38-year-old man, that
Yeah.
he's gone from right centre, 10 metres out,
Yeah.
2 plays later, he's scoring in the left wing.
He runs about 65
Amazing.
metres.
I think he should get the hats off just for that effort at the age of 38.
It's important to give, but it was such a finicky margin when he had the of course Corey Horsburgh's fingers up the Horsburgh that it could have gone either way. It could have been a penalty to Canberra, and that would have
Initially was Naggy.
Yeah, initially it was from moments we thought they're just going to kick the 2. All of a sudden it's 24 all or whatever it was, and then we go, oh, well, how do we let them back into the game when it was 0 tackle? Dane just has to bring it down a notch and say, yes.
Well, he got a finger put up his ass.
I
I wouldn't
was-
bring it down a notch.
Yes, I was abused.
I think he composed himself really well. I
Stay
mean, realistically, he should have just got up and decked him.
Yes, he
Oh,
could
mate,
have.
it's happened to all of us.
Yeah.
It's fine.
There was no official complaint, but at the same
And again,
time,
it was consensual with us, though, Josh.
yeah.
This was not. Dane did not consent to this.
There's those moments where we're going to find ourselves in close games, important games, that we don't want Dane Gagai getting a bit fiery, push and shove, and trying to win the 1-on-1 after the one's gone up the 0.
Well, again, I think this is a special. I think this is an occasion where it's okay.
Upon reflection, yes, but at the time, of course, Mr. Klein did not see it. It took the 9 cameras available to the video ref to come in and intercept what would have
God
been.
bless the bunker.
God bless the bunker.
Yes.
Yeah.
Also,
always said
Kalen complaining. I feel like Kalen.
Kalen came
Yeah,
out and,
he came
and
straight
said some
over.
words, which was good to see. A bit of fiery from
In the end, he just got sin bin for the slap, though, didn't he?
He
Yeah,
did.
it was
Well,
sin
this
bin for
is
the
it.
slap.
It was sin bin from the lesser offence.
But the interesting thing is, he was sin binned because the bunker ruled it a
High tackle.
reportable offence.
Oh.
No, so the caveat is that it's a reportable offence. Where if the bunker calls it in, as far as I know, I'm probably really wrong on this.
Yeah, no.
But as far as I know, the bunker can
rules
only
change.
step in if the act that has been done is considered reportable to the judiciary. So I
Right.
think the slap on the noggin was what was reportable.
What was
Gallen
reported?
rule, yeah.
But
Yeah,
we're very lucky for that to happen and see it all unfold in a very different way. Obviously, we got the other end and we score a try.
Yeah.
But it was on the line. It was it could have gone either way. We could have done silence from the bunker. It wouldn't have been mentioned again. And then we're saying, oh, if only. If only.
Oh,
And
what if? What if? What if? If ifs and buts were candies and nuts, we'd all have a Merry Christmas.
that's right.
Yeah.
Knights are sitting sixth, Liam.
What a great place to be sitting.
Yeah.
Oh,
We were
what a
aiming
great year for the Knights.
13 wins was
The Bakers does.
and with the bye yet to come, we're looking at 32 points, which should be enough to keep us in the finals.
Because I think we were talking about at the start of the year, 14 wins is the cutoff.
Well,
and
13
you're
should
set.
13 should be the cutoff.
should be good.
It should be the cutoff. Obviously, depending on what happens below us, but it does seem like we've done enough. We've just put the head above water. Now every win after this is going to determine where we finish on the ladder with 3 games to go and a bye. 3 games, 2 games. How many,
Wonderful.
How many games?
7 rounds.
There's Titans, there's the Manly, and then there's the Warriors. 3 games. And then there's the bye. So 4 rounds, 3 games to go. It really will determine how many of those games we manage to win. We'll say, will we finish 8th or will we finish 4th?
Well, that's it. And I think in those 3 games, there's 2 very winnable ones. Obviously, the Titans can be a bit of a banana peel side. Then we'll talk about this
Yeah,
more
we'll
in the
talk about
preview.
this
But
later,
winnable game. Manly seem to have really gone off the boil. Winnable game.
Yeah.
Last round against the Wars. Or do we get the bye last round?
No, it's the
last round.
Bye
Bye last
last round, second last against the Wars over there in New Zealand, which would be really a bit of a finals preview.
That's
if you
it.
will.
Could be the playoff for third, Naggy,
Yeah.
if the Wars lose a bunch, and also the Dolphins and the other team above us in the Knights
And it's
win.
raining, and of
And it's
course, lowest rainfall
And
since
oh,
the
God,
depression. So it's going to be interesting to see how it unfolds, Liam. We're going to talk everything of our the news of rugby league as well as the upcoming game against the Gold Coast Titans at home. But of course, to place into half time is our musical guest, Mr. Telstra Payphone.
Big baby's gonna be an angry teddy bear. Mal just sent him a check. The short on that job's there. Regret will be
He's gotta be.
an angry bear. And if you don't wanna be a tiger, 'cause tigers frankly suck. To yourself, stop lying. Just multiply to Perth and suck it up.
Alrighty then.
This team is finals bound, semis bound, grand final bound. Why don't we beat Titans? You take a busted team with some halves and bonga, yeah.
Keep scoring, oh, keep scoring.
Throw in Frisco, 2 flexes, and Jermaine McEwen.
Oh, exciting, very exciting.
We wanna win this double cream if we beat Titans.
Beautiful.
Thank you, Mr. Payphone.
Yes, the fresh, hot cream of an entire region, Naggy.
Not a cream.
From the rivers of cream.
Can't be stopped. Wow. But Liam, we must look beyond, of course, the upcoming game.
Beyond
against
the pale, Naggy.
Yeah, beyond the pale. The very, very pale ejaculate.
The palest.
The palest of the entire town. And cover everything else that's coming up in the NRL media in the segment let's call the news. Thank you, Telstra. First item in the news.
NRL media cop to crack down on negative coverage of game.
Now, Nagy, this is walking a slippery slope, if I may say so. The NRL is set to assign an employee, an
Yeah.
unnamed as yet employee, to act as quote-unquote media cop. They will
Media
be
cop.
policing rugby league commentators who are perceived to have competing roles, and the employee's remit will extend to callers perceived to be too negative in their coverage. Now, Nagy, do you think there's another sport on earth where the media deals so negatively than rugby league?
This kind of autonomous, if you will, almost, like with the kind of dictatorship, if you will.
It is a bit. It's verging into a dictatorship, isn't it?
Because when there has been any sort of great dictatorship, especially in the 20th century, so the first thing.
Great's a funny word that you've used.
Well, Freudian slip there.
You're really revealing something about yourself there. Those great dictators.
I tell you what, say what
of
you.
the mid 1900s. Do you think dictators peaked in the 1930s, Nagy?
Yeah, one
We haven't had
since.
a good one since.
Yeah, what you had is when everything had like a monarchy and there was something that was a person that making a lot of the decisions and you didn't really have a thing to the people. You had a big push then, and then there was either sort of the communists or then the fascists. But anything it was
That's the big two.
The big two in the 20th
Two
century.
of your favourites, really.
Two of my favourites, really was. And then they took out the monarchy, and then they said, "Oh, it's going to be the people that make the decision." But the first thing they do is control the at that time the printing press, or the radio.
Well, that's it. Restriction of the free press is the first sign of a maybe things aren't going quite so great for most people in that society. Nagy, would you say?
Well, that's what's happening with rugby league apparently now. Freedom of speech when it comes to live callers, I believe it's starting.
Well, yeah, if an individual, as it says here, is deemed to have broken the NRL's rules, they could be removed from their roles following a thorough process. Now, I think, Nagy,
by the cops,
this is another, by the NRL media cops, of course.
Yeah.
I think this is another example of rugby league getting what it wants, but it just isn't quite right.
It's just doing
like
it.
We've been saying for years that the negative shills in the media, the shills there in their ivory tower, should be brought down a notch. Maybe not like this, though.
Sorry, Josh.
Let them just devolve in a shit show of their own and tear themselves apart, not have Big Daddy Peter come in and say, listen here.
Gestapo at the door, are you going to say? Or the secret police?
Well, he's in with the Pope. Look, if anyone's better than the Catholic Church at suppressing free speech and all that.
If you're hearing a commentator on a game and then all of a sudden the second half is no longer there, you know he's been taken out the back.
Yeah.
Like you're about to be.
That's it, he's got- I think the NRL media are trying to resurrect Lavrenti Beria for this job, Nagy.
It starts very early where it's just like during the live coverage. Then it becomes, of course, we can't talk anything negative about...
In the press conferences, all the press conference
post.
questions has to be, boy,
Yeah.
isn't rugby league great? So your team just lost by 30 points, but isn't rugby league the best?
Next thing we're going to have at the George W. Hotel, knocks on the door, hear the gents, and say, hang on, boys.
You're out.
You're out.
You're out.
Censorship. Two shots.
We've never said a bad thing about the NRL or the people running the NRL or the shills in their ivory tower.
None of
we
them.
love them. We're big fans. Peter Volandis, you're great.
Huge
You're
fan.
really, really good.
Love the shills.
Love the shills. They've always been our favourites.
Yeah.
the
Fan
shills.
of the shills.
All of a sudden, just off camera.
Yeah, but
Points-
again, we're getting what we wanted, but just not really in the right way.
Is this the way to improve the game, Liam?
No.
Is it?
Absolutely not.
Got to the bottom of that quick.
Like, it is a way to improve the viewing experience because inevitably every single one of the shills is going to be gone by halftime in round one
Everything.
because they do nothing but talk shit.
We're just going to have random people saying, I tell you what, this game's going, but it's 50-0, but isn't it great?
Yeah, it's wonderful.
The-
Boy, I love all these blowout scores. It's so good.
Both teams are going great.
Yeah.
It doesn't really matter. We've removed the table. All of a sudden, it's
We've
just...
taken away scoring. There's no
No.
points now.
0
Everyone
to
just
0.
has fun and everything's wonderful. Isn't that great?
that's
That's
what-
the game we want.
That's the game we want. We just want to see big hits, big tries, but it doesn't matter who wins
Doesn't
or
matter,
loses.
no.
Because everyone is equally great.
Everyone's equally great. That's it, yeah.
That's what we say. As the bread has been pushed up against our back. We're not saying that it's from, of course.
Triple tap. Oh my God.
We're not saying it's from, of course, the CEO and the chairman, Mr. Volandis, that's combined his role. But I tell you what, he's the man that makes the decision, swings the arm up or down.
Well, Nagy, there was something it was quite famous in the Red Army in the early days of World War II. They called it the 9mm retirement plan.
Yeah, is that if you retreat, then you get the bang? No,
You get the 9mm in the back of your
you
head.
get back of the head. Right. So
Anyway.
it's from a friend, you see. Of course, if it's from an enemy, you hear them coming. From a friend, you never hear them coming. So Peter Volandis is a good friend of the show.
And we've always said that. We've
always
always said
said
that he
that.
does a
Yeah.
great
Yeah.
job. Andrew Abdo was a shackle around his foot that he had to kick
Yeah,
off
to kick off.
to truly run the game the way the game should be said. Long live Peter Volandis.
to fight off the communists. That's the other thing about
Please
fascism.
don't cancel our show. I have nothing else to do with my time.
Second item of the news, Josh.
NRL players immediately push back on third place playoff idea. Too
Now-
risky.
Now, I think this is a wonderful idea.
Oh, you're
of course,
for
from Mr. Volandis.
Oh, Mr.
Another great great idea.
I
for
also
Peter
think
Valenti.
it's great, Liam. I think that both things are great because they're all ideas from our Lord and Savior, Mr. Peter Valenti.
Please don't shoot the window where he may or may not be hanging around after.
Both our heads are dangling near a window. No, but really, this is something that the World Cup has just happened, and I know that Peter Valandi's, sometimes casts his eye away from rugby league for a few moments. Sometimes to racing, sometimes to soccer,
AFL.
AFL,
Anything but rugby league, really.
And then he
he
says,
does a great job of it. Of course.
and he's always looking for extra games. He's saying, how can
Well,
we
it's
get
broadcasting money.
That's
you get
right.
extra game, you get extra money.
Extra
the finger thing means the money,
needs the
Naggy.
money? And of course, he said, "Hang on a second. We watched the World Cup, and then all of the people that came. I suppose it's the loser of the final. No,
Well, I think
it can't
it'd be the loser
final.
of the two preliminary finals.
Same thing, a loser of the semis.
Of the two semis, and then they come together and they say, well, why don't we have a playoff for third? How do we know who really came third?
How do we care who really came third? No one's going to give a shit about this.
So this is going to be
One of your best, Mr. Valantis. Well done, sir.
two of the preliminaries. If you imagine the preliminaries being over and people go, the clubs go, oh, we were so close to a grand final. We've worked for 6 months for this. And then they go, hey, boys, get yourselves up. I know you're crying. But why don't we have another game and just to decide who's the biggest loser out of the two of you?
Because that's what it is. It's a battle to be the best loser.
The best loser, yeah, because you don't really know who's come third, who's come fourth.
Yeah.
If the preliminaries, one's close and one's a flogging.
And I've
you go,
said for
"Oh,
years, I want to know who's coming third and who's coming fourth.
I would love to
There's
know.
no way to tell.
I'd love to know if
This
the
is
Newcastle,
almost like it's a way to tell.
the Newcastle Knights. Oh, well, hey, we came third that year in the preliminary
Great.
finals in that extra game where everyone was tired and beaten up and fucked.
That's it. Imagine if you're playing for third and you do your ACL. You're like, great, we came
Great.
third, but now I can't play footy. for a year.
Terrific bronze medal around our neck.
Imagine that Knights 2013 preliminary final. Badiris gets knocked out by Hargraves.
Oh,
Yeah.
And the next week we've got to play without Badiris.
That's right.
We don't give a fuck about it.
Yeah. Play, it doesn't make any sense. We put everything out in the field to really make the big dance.
But the money,
the
Nat.
money, and then I can't see it happening, Liam, in rugby league. It
Nor
just-
can I. We don't want that. We don't want third and fourth in rugby league. You're first or you're last.
Soccer's
Is that,
fine
That
because-
great quote from the movie.
They're always,
You're not first, you're last.
they're all just running around. They're heading the ball. They're chesting the ball. They're kicking the ball. But there's no big contact.
Pick it up
there.
and run. It's a shit sport.
No one says,
Pick
hang
the
on.
ball up, run with the ball. It's easy. Just do it.
That's what John Rugby said.
John Rugby, he certainly did. He said, I'm sick of this game.
And he
It's
picked it
terrible.
up, and they said, "Hang on, what are you doing?" He said, "I've got a new game. Come with me, boys."
Follow me, boys. Of course, yes. John Rugby.
I don't think it's going to work out.
Big fan of the show.
I say this now, and also I'm just very, very careful about starting my car.
That's
now.
it. Hey, hang on. You think it's not going to work out, Nate?
I don't think it's going to work out.
Oh, boy.
Yeah. Goodbye,
He
everyone.
won't be happy about that.
Next item in the news, Josh.
NRL to launch global round in 2028 as international growth plan revealed.
And Aggie, Pom, you're a man of the world. If you had your pick of this great Peter Valantis idea, it's a wonderful Peter
idea,
Valantis
yeah,
idea.
yeah.
If you had your pick, Pom, for the first NRL global round, where are you taking the boys?
Oh, you've really put me on the spot here.
We need to know, Pom. Are we going to Asia? Are we going to Africa?
I like it. Japan.
Japan.
yeah,
Japan would be
that's,
fun.
They love their rugby. Why not rugby league?
Well,
Why
that's
not?
a great
I agree.
question. I think
Wonderful.
so. They're way up there. They're above Australia. If you go head due north.
Due north, yeah.
Yeah. We were eventually rode into
A
Japan.
lot of islands you got to avoid, though.
There are quite a few.
You
yeah,
can't crash
yeah.
on an island.
No, that's right. We don't end up in Indonesia. And so you avoid all that and you go straight to
You went on holiday there not 12 months ago.
not a skerrick of rugby league that I saw there. Of course, you go past Moresby, mad for rugby league.
Mad,
Surely
they love it.
we can bring it further north,
Yeah,
Japan.
absolutely. But I think now this is an interesting one. The first country mentioned, and I think Hong Kong. Now, the Knights, if a Hong Kong game is planned, must be on that game.
Because
Kyle McCarthy.
Kyle McCarthy.
He cannot walk down the streets of Hong Kong without getting mobbed
yeah.
by mad rugby league fans saying, Kyle, we need more Kyle McCarthy.
Is that right?
Yeah, they
Probably
on
not.
The, on,
I
on
don't think
the,
so.
on the shoulders, carried straight down
Yeah.
the street, and they say, "This is our boy, our rugby league boy, Mr. Hong Kong McCarthy."
And then, of course, Japan was mentioned, Pom. I think it's a great idea. Clearly, you and Mr. Valandis are on the same wavelength there. Other interesting one is England. Famously a country that doesn't have their own professional first-grade rugby league competition.
They've never seen it.
I've never seen it. And that's part of something we forgot to put in the news as well, is that the NRL are still looking pretty heavily at investing in Super League. So What's the point?
Will they buy it?
Will they buy it?
Will it be one competition? Will eventually, when players get too old to play in the NRL, will they go over and go for the retirement?
Because it used to be the retirement home. All the best NRL players, like, I got 3 years of bad footy left in me, but I can also make $1 million a year doing it.
2-shot knees.
You know, Steve Menzies did it.
Yeah,
Joey did it with Warrington, although that wasn't obviously his swan song.
Few games.
England
Jake
just seems a
Momoa.
weird one because they have rugby league already. But again, Mr. Valenti's wonderful stuff.
Wonderful idea.
What a leader of the game he is.
He is, and we won't
A
have
visionary, Naggy, would you say?
Not a bad word about him.
Never said one.
In my voice.
No.
And Josh, the next item in the news.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, sorry, that's right here. PNG Chiefs sign international star Brian To'o.
It keeps rolling, Liam. The PNG Moresby Chiefs.
Michael Shamus is doing a hell of a job over there, but we'll have a funny comparison in just a moment. But Willie Peters has just pulled off another master stroke. Master stroke?
That's the episode title. Thank you.
It's topical because Willie means penis.
And Peters sounds like penis.
Yeah,
So,
penis. The coach over there is doing a wonderful job. Brian To'o, huge signing, arguably the best winger of all time. I
When
think.
we're going through
Safe to say.
these players, of course, Jerome Luai, famous New South Wales Blue.
Yep.
Zach Lomax,
Famous
another
New
Blue.
South Wales Blue.
Brian Tyler, possibly the best winger of the Blue.
Alex Johnston has been snubbed for rep footy so many times, but also has the NRL try scoring record for another 12 months when Fletcher Sharp inevitably knocks him off.
He will. And, of course, Connor Watson, another famous Blue. And there is, of course, the Englishman that no one really knows who he is, what he's done, but he certainly hasn't played for the New South Wales
But he
Blues.
has played for the England team, which is probably a step below.
Hey, that's sort of
every
like
other rugby
it's
league
like
team in Australia.
It's like playing for your club. It's like playing for the local club, just out there with the butchers and the bakers and everyone else. He says,
the candlestick maker.
they say, "Who are you?" He goes, "I'm the Englishman." And they say, "Welcome. We don't know your name, but you seem to do all right."
Yeah, well, that's it. There's not a great track record of English. Actually, there's been some good English halves come over. Gareth Widdop, George,
That's
what's his
one.
face for Canberra?
He was there
What's
for
his name?
5 minutes. Mr. Big Nose.
Yeah, the honker.
Yeah, the honk.
The shark
Yeah.
teeth.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Yeah, the Shark team, wasn't it? But look, I think if we look at we'll look at the PNG proposed lineup, and then we'll compare it to the North Sydney, Western Perth Bears lineup. Now, if we look 1 to 18, we've got for Papua New Guinea no player signed at fullback. Alex Johnson on the wing. No player signed at centre. Zach Lomax, Brian To'o, Jerome Luai. No player. Matty Lees, this Englishman,
There
apparently.
he is.
And then players 8 through 11, no player signed. Connor Watson at 12 in the second row for some reason.
Yeah, might
And
as
then
well.
players 13 through 18 are all named no players signed.
We
So-
can, if we look back at the current New South Wales Blue side, we can fill in most of that team.
Yeah, and
'Cause
Michael Shamus and Penis have clearly gone for let's get the stars first. And then we'll backfill underneath the stars.
With the rest.
Now, if we go to the Perth Bears, they have gone exactly the opposite way. They said, we're going to start
with the fillers.
The fillers, the
Yeah.
workman-like players, the blokes who are going to do a job but aren't the stars yet.
The Harry Newmans and the Sean Russells.
And the
So you're saying these two clubs should
Nikolai
just get together and get it over and done with?
Yeah.
Yeah, Mikolai.
Toss-
Yeah, it's almost like adding 2 teams over the course of 2 years. It really dilutes the talent pool.
PNG
Yeah.
Perth.
A
Chief
great
Bears.
idea again, Mr. Valenti's wonderful.
I'm pretty sure Tyson Smithy used to deliver my mail. But I'm glad to see that he's really taken off in Perth.
Yeah.
But it's that kind of it's two very, very different approaches
Yeah.
to the teams. The fillers with the filler and the fillers with the stars.
Like philosophically, they're on the complete opposite ends of the spectrum.
yeah,
You know?
that's true.
It's really quite something. And
Yeah.
you know what? I prefer the Perth model.
Well, you do like the Bears.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, you got a bit of a pre deposition towards the Bears.
And then, of course, if they do go to Japan, they have to send the Bears because, of course, Gemet Shibasaki is of, I think, Okinawan descent. Yeah, I think he is. Yeah, no, he's related to, or he
Yeah,
stems
just do it
from a
for
long
Gemet.
line of Okinawan abalone divers.
Yeah,
I think that came to Australia. Facts.
Mate,
Now
that's
they've released-
bullshit. That's great bullshit. That's bullshit.
They've
There's
released
none better, Sam.
the
There's none better.
the jersey which the Bears be wearing now as
I love it.
As a Bears supporter, Lamb, does this make you excited?
Yes.
Now, it's got the red and the black and the key colours, but they've decided to go for an interesting major sponsor there, being Cash Converters.
Yeah, look, let he who has not flogged off all his electrical goods because he didn't have rent money cast the first stone.
The Bank of the Poor, they call that. And
What did you sell to cashies to cover rent?
I don't think I've ever been in the place,
Oh,
but
sorry, Bill Gates.
well,
All right, okay.
D-
I'm Naggy. I can afford my rent every week.
Duh,
in my 20s.
yeah,
Do you reckon
yeah,
they're
yeah.
gonna have a window display of all the jerseys?
Oh, yeah. And it does give you a nice sort of indication of where to take the jersey after 3 rounds when you
Yeah.
say the whole team's full of fillers.
Yeah.
It's not worth supporting.
Look, I'll say at one point I had a record player, an Xbox, and a TV. I was a bit short one week, and then I didn't own anything.
Hey, that's all right. But you had the
I
cash.
had the cash.
Yeah, you converted it into the cash.
Convert. Oh, yeah.
Speaking about conversions, Liam, we must convert where the Newcastle Knights are sitting right now into the Smugger-meter. The Smugger-meter live in front of you. We're not sure where it's going to land. We're going to find out right now.
Round and round it goes. Where it
Where
lands,
will it
nobody
land?
knows.
We're very close to Gavin Morton levels of smugness. But
And boy, wouldn't
very
Gavin
rare.
be happy about this one.
Yes,
He's
it-
going to be stoked about this.
we've landed on Scott Morrison, which is deep in the red of smugness. A Scott Morrison level of smugness, which is, of course, the Australian former Prime Minister, smuggest man to ever hold the office of Prime Minister.
My only concern is his is an undeserved smugness. The Knights deserve all the smugness we have.
Oh, yeah, of course, but this is the supporters' league. This is the Smugger-meter is for the people.
It is
And-
for the people, yes.
Yeah. And we can only represent where the Smugger-meter lies, and we can be as smug as Scott Morrison,
And
former Prime Minister.
we don't pick this. We don't pick who goes on the smugger meter.
This happens in front of our
Yeah,
eyes.
it's amazing. Yeah.
Of course, we are not quite at Gavin Morton levels of smugs. However, coming from the wooden spoon, we have now made the finals, almost a certainty of making the finals. And now we found ourselves at the former Prime Minister, Scott Morrison, level of smugness. He does not hold a hose, Liam.
What, he does not hold a hose?
No. It doesn't
I
matter.
can bring coal into Parliament House. You're all safe.
That's
Coal's fine.
Props are fine because of how smug you are and how smug we are because of our great team, the Newcastle Knights, finding themselves with 13 wins on the board. Of course, we're coming up for our 14th possible win against the Gold Coast Titans. Now, we shouldn't be counting the eggs, or the chickens, I should say, before the eggs hatch.
Yeah, no.
Because
that's Dirty Johnny's job.
there's been several times where the Knights and the Titans have had some big hit outs where it hasn't really been fair to form. It's gone one way, it's gone the other.
That's it. Knights Titans game are always really strange. Wasn't there that game where the Knights got out to 24-0 lead and ended up
20
losing like 30?
That was the 9th of May 2025. Of course, they got into a 20-0 lead, 20 points up in the half. We lost the lead real fast.
20 points up at the head.
That's exactly right.
Lost and then we're sucking ass.
And now we're sucking ass.
That was
We
one of
were
our-
indeed
was a
sucking.
song.
that was one of our better
That's
ones.
all right.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so, but it's not all the samesies from the Canberra game. Of course, falsely last week we said that we're going to be premiering the Indigenous jersey. It is this week.
That's not like us to get something wrong.
No, not at all.
never happens.
We're very
Could make it
meticulous with our research. But they've decided that
That one's
Newcastle-
on Karen. She gave us the wrong info.
Karen, secretary, said, I'm pretty sure this is the way it's going to go. We said, okay, Karen, we're going with this.
Yeah.
And but it was lucky because Bradman Best there is wearing the Indigenous jersey.
And it would have been a shame to see the team run out without him as the jersey model.
Exactly
and the face
right.
paint.
Yeah,
And everything.
yeah.
So I
And-
think it's good that he sat that one out, knowing that this is going to be the one where he gets to wear the jersey.
Exactly right. So he's
That's a
coming
good-looking jersey too.
back in the side. It is a good-looking jersey, and of course, the sponsorship of NIB has decided to go to forego the green and to really integrate all of the everything's into the jersey. I think it looks good. We've got Bradman Best there modelling it as a proud Indigenous boy himself. He's going to be feeling extra. Sort of, I was going to say extra cultural, but you know what I mean. He's going to really be feeling invigorated with the power and the representation of the Indigenous culture that he's only later in life realised that he has. So this is something that we're going to see. Bradman Best, of course, Danga Guy, both centres out there with proud Indigenous
And I like that they
heritage.
Yeah, and I like that they've split it over 2 rounds so that the team can wear their jersey in front of the home fans at home. I think that's
right.
wonderful.
Should be in front of the home fans.
Yes.
And we've got Kalen Ponga also. They're playing his 150th game for the Knights. Not his. Remembering that he did play a few games for the
Cows,
Cowboys.
was it 4 games?
Yeah, I
4
think
or
it's
5
about
games.
4 or
Not
5.
many.
It wasn't
Yeah,
many.
not
No,
many,
before
but-
we
Maybe
gave.
in the final series, wasn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah, he
bef-
did, yeah.
Before we brought him down and we said, "This is your home now, Kalen. You're not leaving." He's also got a moustache now,
He
which
does
is,
apparently,
which is
yeah,
wonderful.
which is a huge deal. But I think, and I mentioned before when we gave him Schrodinger's hat, what a joy it is to have Kalen Pong on our team. He's about to bring up his 150th game.
150, yeah.
Probably fair to say that he was the best player on the Knights team for about 120 of those games.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah.
Every game that he plays, He's really the difference between, if the game's in the balance, you want a Kalen Ponga on your team.
Yeah.
And we've got him, which is great. And it's been a
May he play 150 more.
100, yeah, hopefully so. And we get to see this game, the 150th, against the Gold Coast Titans. Now,
And I'll tell you just real quick back
Please
on
do.
Kalen Ponga.
That's all right.
I'll tell you, he's looking so fired up and so locked in this season. Like every time the Knights score a try, he's fucking yes, yeah. He's just every time the Knights score, he's just bricking up in his pants.
love to see it. Love to see it.
Creaming, you might say.
Yeah,
You
great.
might
the whole,
say that.
The whole town's screaming. He's bricking up. Everything's in tune.
I love Kalen Ponga. I love him.
And every time that we come up against the Titans, an old foe of his, or maybe someone that he played with, but he used to play rep touch with AJ Brimson. No one
That's
knows
it.
his first name. Is it Alex Johnson Brimson? We're not sure.
Might be Alex Johnson Brimson.
It's just Edge.
Yeah, Adge Brimson. Have we been giving him the letters where he doesn't deserve? Adge Brimson.
Is that Dutch? Is that a Dutch name?
Adge. Yeah.
Hello, I'm Adge Brimson.
There was
Oh,
a game
South
a few
African.
years ago when Ponga got a try against Adge, and he looked back and he gave him the
The Hakeem Olajuwon. No.
I got one against you. So hopefully because that game we end up losing. So hopefully it's not going to be that bad in terms of Kalen Ponga versus AJ Brimson. But AJ seems to also step up his efforts.
Well, you always do. If you're playing, because I know it was always the way. If I was playing footy against my mates or blokes I knew,
Oh,
from
you played
rep
way
teams,
harder.
I
Yeah, yeah.
played way better.
Yeah.
Oh, it was so much
And
fun going up against your mates.
Hits from your mates, you go, that didn't hurt.
Nah.
It hurt a lot. But you pretend like it didn't because you have to talk to them after.
Yeah, exactly. But looking at the team, look at that 1 through 5. That is just stunning.
Yeah.
Look at that. Ponga, Young, Gagai, Bradman Best, Greg Marju, Knights by 40 points.
Fletcher Sharp, of course, is still there in the 6, which is wonderful to see. Sanders Smith, who did some wonderful things in Canberra, as well as taking the very, very long conversion.
That
which
was so funny. I had to explain to my wife what exactly the hell was going on.
What's he doing?
He tipped the ball over.
He knew what he was
He's
doing.
spinning the ball on his finger.
He was.
Mr. Bean shit.
It was Mr. Bean shit.
Crazy, man.
was-
And I had to explain to her. She's like, "Is he allowed to do that?" I'm like,
He
"Well,
is.
he's not, but he's a halfback, and that's what they do."
That's what they
and I
do.
think it comes back to our discussion that we were having earlier about the spirit of the game, because I think what Sanders Smith did,
Yeah.
realistically, isn't in the rules of the
Well,
game.
it was
but it
within
is
the
the
rules.
spirit of
It's
the game.
in the spirit and within the rules.
And within the rules, actually.
Yeah,
You're right.
yeah.
Because you have, 80 seconds in the wet to take a kick?
That's right.
I think he took about 79 of them.
Oh, he took
Yeah.
all bits. After that, the time just stops. You don't get not to get to take your
And I
kick.
tell you, if I was a Canberra fan, I would have been fucking fuming.
Oh, yeah. And the
but I'm
Canberra-
not, so I wasn't.
That's right. And of course, Nathan Cleary did the same thing in Origin 1 this year, and we were all.
And they won that
applauding
one.
it. Yeah, they won that one.
Yep. Well done, Sandon. That is some of the best halfback shithousery I've ever seen.
I like Sanders at 7. I think
He's great.
he's taking really ownership of the team. We see Cody Sockknives, of course, retaining his spot at prop.
Hasn't he really come along this year? He is just, and we were talking about this in our halftime break. He reminds me of Darren Britt.
Yeah.
He's tall.
Edgar.
He's very understated.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes if you're in the pool and you can't get out, you just drop an Edgar in the
Yeah, that's
pool.
right.
But Cody Sockknives is really coming along, and there's been talks of Dylan Lucas as future club captain. I'd be putting Cody Sockknives in that conversation as well, as long as he can keep the knives out of
He's
his
only
sock.
21, Pom, you're saying?
20 years, ain't Pom?
20, I believe.
20. So,
Yeah.
very, very young prop.
Captain of the under-19s New South Wales team. He's really coming into his own. Trey Mooney, I thought, really had a statement game against Canberra.
Yeah.
He said, "You boys didn't want me. I'm
Playing
going to
against his mates.
bash you all." Yeah, again, and he went so hard because he's playing against his mates.
Going down, of course, into the bench and the extra people that we've got there. We've got walking him back, Mr. Hard Solo himself, Mr. Lemon,
Something hard solo.
yeah, and I tell you what, we've almost forgotten about how good he was at the beginning of the season, coming off the bench. He's reaching the later stages of his 20s. He's played about 60 first grade games. It's the kind of guy that you really want in the team. He's massive. He's got good footwork, and he really puts in. Remembering the big hit that he did in the Bulldogs.
Wasn't that wonderful?
Yeah.
Very,
He's-
very good. I'll never forget that hit.
He's certainly got it in him. And now there's also some Ghosts of Christmas Past when we look at the Titans side, of course, with Mr. Randall.
Yeah, Chris Randall, who's turned into a pretty handy prop lock forward for
He's played
the
lock,
Gold
he's
Coast Titans.
Block, prop, hooker. He's done a bit of everything for
He's
them.
a tiny boy, but he did it. How many tackles did he make in his night debut? Was it 70, 69 or 70?
51,
yeah,
somewhere
I think,
else.
Oh, was it
something
51?
like that.
Yeah. It was a lot. It was a lot.
Both Firma, of course, another Ghost of Christmas Past.
But we have the most important Ghost of Christmas Past. Missionary man himself. The man who the Gold Coast said, "Oh, you got us into the top 8. Fuck off."
Cast him aside for
They
the
haven't
likes
made the top 8 before or since. And they
Yeah.
said to him, they said, "You're not good enough, mate. You're not good enough at all."
He had about an 8-8 record, and they said, "No. We got Des Hasler coming in next year. We don't need you." Now who's laughing? The missionary man is.
He's laughing, we're laughing,
With the
whole
lights
of the
on.
region's laughing,
Yeah.
and no one else is laughing because no one cares about the Gold Coast Titans.
Josh Hannay, of course, former Cowboy, they're coaching the Titans, and they got nothing to lose, and they could probably get a big kick out of coming to Newcastle and stutter stepping our way to. There's a bit of one from The Sopranos. Our
watched The
way
Sopranos.
to the finals,
And they've got the Gold Coast Titans they have some very, very exciting players.
Oh, yeah.
Like Jaden
Exciting.
Campbell's so good to watch. Keanu Kinney's lightning in a bottle. He's really fun to watch. Jojo Fafita out there has proven himself to be, an Origin, maybe not star quite yet, but very, very much
Very
an
good.
Origin player.
Yeah.
But this game really feels like a banana peel game for the Knights.
Yeah.
Like, this is the game where we go in, smug as Scott Morrison, and say, yeah, we've got these bloody woolly woofers here. Let's get them. And then the Titans will beat us by 30.
that's right. Hopefully,
And I hope that doesn't happen.
hope
I
it
don't
doesn't
like that.
happen.
Woolly what?
Yeah, but best not to dive into that too much, Josh.
I didn't say that. That's a quote.
That's a
from someone
quote.
else.
That's a quote. So it does. It is a hope that we can continue to work our way up the 8 with a win over the Titans, and expected to win over the Titans. But this could be a bit of a stutter step.
What if the Sharks lose, the Dolphins lose, the Knights win? Bam, we're up into 4th.
Yeah, we're working our way to 4th. 4th being the goal. Staying in the 8, of course, is very important, but we should have enough points to get there with the bye at the end of the season. If you want to watch the game and the game's sold out, you can find it at the George Derby Hotel.
Oh, what a wonderful pub. There won't be any mullet pale because we finished it all.
We
off.
drank
Sorry.
it all.
Sorry,
about-
George.
sorry about that, but you can find it with the rest of their beer
I
selection.
assume they purchased more. After
They
we-
probably purchased
Yeah.
more. They probably said, "Boys, we need some more." The guys just came in and drunk us dry. It was so delicious. They all left so filled and wonderful and clapping and,
And
singing.
crawling on their hands and knees because
Yes.
they couldn't walk.
Joyous.
Yeah, it was very, very a joyous occasion.
Jubilation.
And of course, Tyson responsibly. If you're a fan out there looking
That's
for some mullet pale, always Tyson responsibly.
Always Tyson responsibly. But of course, if you like the Joust, you can find us on all the social pipes, all the different colours there, including the YouTube and the Spotify, the TikToks, the Instagrams, Apple Tunes, and the Facebooks. On behalf of the Joust team, thank you for joining us for another week. We're hoping that we see you next week and talk about the 3rd win in a row against the Gold Coast Titans. A big win at home would be great, leading into
yes.
yet Old Boys Day there against Manly. But thank you for joining.
What a matchup for Old Boys Day.
I know.
Manly.
I know.
Shades of 97.
Thank you for joining me, Liam. I'll be seeing you next week, and I'll be seeing you next week as well. But to play us out, of course, is our musical guest, Mr. Telstra Pathoni.
Ba-da-ba-da. Ba-ba-da-da. Ba-da-ba-da. Ba-da-da-da.
There we go.